Okay, today we're going to talk about how to make box plots. Now, what I did is I took four different quarterbacks and I took their touchdown passes from each year of their career. You have Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, Tom Brady, and Joe Montana. I chose those four quarterbacks because those are typically four quarterbacks that people argue about as the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So we're going to use their data, their touchdowns every year of their careers, in order to make some box plots. Now, we're in Google Sheets right now, and Google Sheets can make a modified box plot, and I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we're going to go to another website, and I'll show you how to make a real box plot with the data from one of these quarterbacks. Now, to start, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to calculate the minimum, the lower quartile, the upper quartile, and the maximum for each one of these four quarterbacks. So we'll do that, and it's a process that we've done before. But we'll do that, we'll type in equals minimum, and then we get the min. I will do that. This is all Peyton Manning. Hit enter, and his minimum number of touchdown passes was 9. We'll do the same thing for Dan Marino. Click minimum, Dan Marino, hit enter, min. We'll do the same thing for Tom Brady. And this is up to the 2015 football season. We'll do the same thing for Joe Montana. We'll do their quartiles as well. And remember, with quartiles, we have to click it, scroll down, and then instead of hitting enter, we hit comma, and we'll tell the quartile number we want the first quartile. Hit enter. Joe Montana now. Go over to the third quartile. We're going to skip over the median, which is actually included in the box and whisker plot, or the box plots. But Google Sheets does not have a box plot that can actually include the median. All a box plot is it's just a graphical representation of a 5-number summary. Google Sheets just doesn't include that middle number. Tom Brady. Joe Montana, and then we'll go to the maximum, whoops, equals max, and I have to click on this, Dan Marino, and finally Joe Montana. Now that we have all that data entered, what we're going to do is we're going to just highlight this right here, all that data right there. I'm going to go into the charts. Now I'm going to have to click over to chart types and scroll down. And now for you right now, this might not be highlighted. If it's not, you have to click that. See if it's looking like, it probably looks like this right now for you. Click the switch rows and columns, and then this will now be highlighted, this candlestick chart, and you can click on it. I can use F as labels, and you can see all of their data right there. It just came up. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert that chart. and that chart is right here. I could put it in a new page, but it allows me to make a comparison of these quarterbacks. And if we were talking about great quarterbacks, and we were talking about them just in terms of the number of touchdowns passes that they make every year, then by looking at this chart, you might say that Peyton Manning or Tom Brady are better than Dan Marino or Joe Montana. And in fact, you might say that Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are fairly equal, but that this smaller box that Peyton Manning has compared to the larger box that Tom Brady has means that Peyton Manning was just a little bit more consistent. Okay, his standard deviation, his variance is probably a lower number than Tom Brady's standard deviation. Okay, so they're both pretty good. They're about equally good, but Peyton Manning's a little bit more consistent. Now that we've completed the candlestick plots, which are modified box plots on Google Sheets, I'm going to show you how to make a real box plot on a website called Alcula.com, okay, which will include a link on the website so that you can get directly there. There's a lot of neat applications that are actually on that website. We'll go through the box plot application. Now I've gone to Alcula.com. This is a homepage on Alcula.com, and I'm going to go up here to where it says calculator. So I'm going to click on that and go into calculators. And this is online calculators. There's a scientific calculator, statistics calculator. That's what we're actually going to use today. But there's other calculators in here. If you want to play around with it, you totally can feel free to do that at your own time. We're going to go to the statistics calculator. It's going to allow us to calculate things like right here, box plots. Okay, so I'll click on the statistics calculator. Within there, there's central tendency and dispersion. You could use that to calculate mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, stuff like that. We're going to go into the box plot calculator right now. And what comes up is just, it says enter the data. In this box, you're just going to enter the data. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to one of our quarterbacks. We're going to select the data and we're going to enter it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Peyton Manning's data right here. I'm just going to Control C, or on an Apple, it's Command C. I'm going to copy this data here. I'm going to go back to that Alcula website, and I'm just going to paste it in right in there, Control V. And then I'm going to submit the data. And what that did is immediately it actually told me the population size. The median is 31, which you can see right here, this box plot that is on a number line. The maximum is 55, and you can see that up here. The first quartile is 26.5 right there. The third quartile, 35. IQR, the interquartile range, is 8.5. And then it actually identifies three outliers, 9, 55, and 49. These dots are outliers on this box plot, and it's because of that interquartile range and then calculating the lower fence and upper fences. Okay, I hope that helps you with calculating your 5-number summary and maybe generating a box plot.